Sensah's Team Pro 11-speed shifter is one of their road bike shifters. In this video, I'm going to measure the cable pull of this shifter. Then, I'll compare this shifter to Shimano's Ultegra STR8020 shifter. Thank you to Ubiquity on the Path Less Pedal Discord server for loaning me this shifter. To measure the shifts, I took 121 measurements across 12 runs. On 6 runs I pulled cable, simulating shifting to easier gears, and on 6 runs I relaxed cable, simulating shifting to harder gears. To me, the Team Pro shifter has a bit of a strange shift action when shifting to an easier gear. Before pulling cable to shift to an easier gear, the shifter actually releases the cable slightly before pulling cable to the final position. This works fine, but the feedback from the lever feels unusual if you're more familiar with other shifter designs. Here we can see the amount of cable pulled between each pair of cogs. The large amount of cable pull between the smallest cogs allows the cable to go fully slack when resting on the high limit screw. Derailleurs typically move slower towards the ends of their range of motion and faster towards the middle. However, this shifter does not attempt to compensate for that. Instead, nearly all the shifts are close to the average. Clearly, this shifter was designed to work with a derailleur with a very consistent pull ratio that does not change very much throughout its range of motion. We can also calculate the average cable pull. I averaged together the middle shifts, ignoring the first and last shifts. The end result is an average cable pull of 2.51 millimeters. On average, each of the middle shifts will pull about 2.51 millimeters of cable. The Sensah Team Pro 11-speed shifter is advertised as being compatible with Shimano 11-speed road drivetrains. Here you can compare the shift pattern of the Team Pro on the left with that of the Ultegra STR8020 shifter on the right, and you can see that they are nearly identical. You can also see subtle differences in the shift pattern. Both shifters keep the shifts close to the average, but the Team Pro shifter gradually increases the cable pull from 2.4 millimeters between gears 9 and 10 to 2.57 millimeters between gears 2 and 3. In contrast, the Ultegra shifter takes the opposite approach and decreases the cable pull from 2.60 millimeters between gears 9 and 10 to 2.44 millimeters between gears 2 and 3. I don't have an explanation for this difference in shift pattern. Clearly, Sensah is capable of manufacturing a shifter with enough precision for any shift pattern they desire. Perhaps they think they can improve on Shimano's design, or perhaps they tune the shift pattern to work better with their own derailleur and cassette designs. Thank you for watching. I've laid out all the specs here for reference, and I encourage you to find the info page link in the description to see more information about this shifter.